Why? Easy. Yeah. Yeah, know what I holla? Do you know what I holla? Do you know what I holla? Yeah. You know the itty bitty city by the water that's steady getting taller.
Bathe with your bitch and hug your hoe. Welcome everyone to the White Bronco Show.
Welcome to the White Bronco Show with your host Tommy Marks. I'm Aaron Bendersky. You can find us online at TheWhiteBroncoShow.chaoticradio.com. Search and subscribe on iTunes. Follow us on Twitter. Tommy is Uncle Tio's Niños. I am at Big Happy Trees. Email us at whitebroncoshow@gmail.com. Welcome, everybody.
Also catch us on RedTubes.
Always.
Watching RedTube, right? Catch us watching RedTube.
Watching RedTubes. Yeah. Trying to get on it.
Happy Earth Day.
Yeah. Today is Earth Day, everybody. Happy Earth Day.
Yeah.
Aaron, you're pretty excited about this one after doing a bunch of drugs, going to Coachella, coming back, acting like a hippie a little bit.
You know, I've always been excited about Earth Day.
I can really
get behind it.
I think a lot of people get behind it after they get behind Coachella. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Coachella is strategically positioned right behind Earth Day.
It's
a plot.
Do we have a sponsor here that has to tie in with Earth Day?
We do have a sponsor that has to tie in with Earth Day. I've been doing a little bit of research on these guys, and I think it's very appropriate that we have come in contact with him. The organization is called La Joya de Coca No Es Droga, which is an organization out of Peru that is fighting the eradication of the coca plant and actively reseeding and replanting any areas that are possible and supporting the farmers of the coca plant. La Joya de Coca No Es Droga.
And I'm sure some girl with a giant bush who didn't speak English told you all about that in a Coachella drum circle last weekend, right?
She did, and she was very proud. And she presented.
Yeah, I don't know if we've gotten money from them yet. I know, actually we haven't, but you know what? That's a pro bono one that I don't mind. You know, I'll give them a shout out.
You know, I like all of the like anybody that gets behind our show, we get behind them.
What other ideas do you have for Earth Day?
Well, this is what I'm thinking. If we're going to maximize our resources and we're going to cut down on the amount of land that we use to grow cotton that we eventually recycle and throw away, and we need to be growing our clothes and wearing our food and having edible clothing, much like edible underwear. We should be wearing edible clothing, and when you're done with your clothes, you eat your clothes. It's going to encourage sustainability, and I might have selfish reasons to promote this, but I think it's for the greater good, and I think everybody can think about this.
You enjoy the flavor of your taint, correct?
Who doesn't? Who doesn't?
Agreed.
And who doesn't know the flavor of their taint? And everyone can just answer that in their own heads.
Everyone's favorite stretch is the butterfly stretch because you get to catch that. You catch that whiff.
I call it the crowd pleaser.
The crowd pleaser.
Yes.
All right. Well, so you're thinking edible clothing, right?
I am.
But that's bad because a guy like me immediately is like, well, if that's cool and that's socially like acceptable, I'm taking it straight to the strip club.
Right. I mean,
what happens there?
The strip club is a microcosm of our society that is going to every evolution in our society is going to eventually evolve at the strip club. Probably, maybe evolution starts at the strip club when you think about it. But don't think too hard. Do you have any ideas?
I don't know about ideas for the strip club, but it just got me thinking about
Earth Day.
Well, edible clothes though.
Uh-huh.
Do you know what that would do for the waistlines of the average American as well? Because as you ate your clothes, you would be in more further stages of undress, and then your modesty would kick in. You wouldn't want to be naked, so you wouldn't eat very much of it. You'd be like, whoa, hold on, just a little bite out of the sleeve. I need to watch my weight. When once I lose a little bit, then I can get down to the point where if I eat the whole shirt, I look good with my shirt off.
Exactly. And you can
this is...
Yeah.
This is freaking brilliant.
It is.
I mean, I'm getting a hold of China. China needs to start working on this right away. That's where we make everything, right?
I know you're asking who is going to be making these clothes. And the children. We're going to teach the children to be making these clothes, and then you teach the children. You get that first generation going.
Mm-hmm. I feel you. And then you give them a career. You give them a lifestyle.
For the greater good. For the greater good.
Only on Earth Day.
Well, you know what? What else do you got for Earth Day? I think you got another.
Listen, there's a lot
disgusting idea.
There's a lot of work that can be done, as far as tantric sex, and studying gorillas and studying primates. This really doesn't have anything to do with Earth Day. I just think it would be invigorating, and I think we need to concentrate more. I think if there are efforts happening towards this currently. Efforts happening for this currently. We should be supporting them. Is what I'm saying.
So you want to watch gorillas have sex for Earth Day?
For Earth Day.
That's fine.
Yeah.
I'm never one to turn down a tip or two.
Hey, well, look, I like that. And you know, this guy was touched by a hippie at Coachella. And I like all of your Earth Day ideas, and I only had one. And that's something me and my uncle usually do once a year around this time, and that's share the same condom. So happy Earth Day, everyone.
Happy Earth Day.
AKA,
do you
share a condom with your Unk Day?
Can you please explain, do you like start and then you stop halfway and then give it to him and then he goes a little bit and you go back and forth? Or do you finish, then you give it to him and he finishes?
It's exactly like in the movie Next Friday, where you see the condom floating in the jacuzzi.
Oh.
And he says you can use this if you want later, but me and my unks we hang them up in the shower.
Is that how you got so good at rolling joints? Was rolling that condom back up?
Yeah, I guess.
You keep like a little clothesline in the bathroom where
good
clips.
Wrist. Yeah, good wrist.
Good idea. I like the way you think, Tommy.
We have a complaint letter to the station.
We do, and we encourage everybody to email us at WhiteBroncoShow @gmail.com.
We appreciate this. So we're gonna
and call in 909-989-0789. We want feedback, and we appreciate it. So
I think Aaron, you're gonna read off this letter. It's from an angry fan. Her name's Pat.
So
she's also a fan of. She became a fan of us because she listens to the show that's on before us. She's a big fan of Mark's show.
She's a big fan of Mark.
Under the Covers, so shout out to them.
So it reads, "To whom it may concern at Chaotic Radio. My name is Pat Munson. I am a lesbian American. I own my own private security company here in Nevada, and my wife coaches Division I softball at the University of Nevada. Go Lady Wolfpack. Recently, I came across the White Bronco Show with my wife on a road trip after binge listening to Under the Covers with Mark Maples every single Wednesday at 8. What we heard horrified us. The disgusting content of the White Bronco Show must be removed from your airwaves immediately. The producers of your show are looking for female interns who are, quote-unquote, R. Kelly friendly, HPV positive, and good with the wrong end of a broomstick. This is unacceptable and thoroughly demeaning. Furthermore, the show is sponsored by an active prostitute and a phantom nonprofit organization that is untraceable online called Clits of Courage. If it is deemed the proper actions have not been taken, you can expect legal recourse in a timely manner from Nevada's leading women's rights attorney. Godspeed and stay safe. Pat Munson, President and CEO, Munson Alarm, and Armed Response."
Whoa. Wait.
Pat's bringing the heat.
What was that at the end? What is her company? She's the president / CEO of what?
Munson Alarm and Armed Response.
So alarm systems and private security?
Yeah, it would seem so.
Okay, and her name is Pat
She's a
Munson.
regulator.
Okay. Well, first of all,
huge fan of Mark's.
About her wife, I guess. Yeah, her wife. Who teaches at UNLV. I heard that UNLV is actually the Penn State of the West Coast. So that is something I wouldn't put in my credentials. There's not a good reputation there.
Well, they were proud of it for a long time.
Yeah, I mean, it's something to maybe be proud of, but not surprised that.
You know, who doesn't like a little inappropriate touching now and then? I mean, come on, we're making way too much of this.
Yeah, hey, you know what? That's their school. That's just a strike right out the gate for Pat.
It's all fun and games until they go too deep into your belly button.
Yeah, but what else can she even be mad about? The intern stuff. We have happy interns. They're not here.
Listen, I was afraid of this. I was afraid of legal action coming towards the show. I was afraid of people getting upset at some of the content. I think we need to dial it back. I think we need to be more positive. I think we need to be enriching people's lives, and maybe, nah, fuck it. I can't.
Let me tell you something.
I can't.
When OJ, this is what the show is about, okay? When OJ got in the White Bronco, he was guilty, okay, of everything. And when you come on the show, just you're guilty of everything. And you got to say what it is. And you know what? Pat, Clits of Courage is a real thing. Go down to any Catholic church, maybe even Christian church. It's mostly run by nuns, though. And you know what? My roommate, who is a lesbian, who comes to most of my stand-up comedy shows, and you know what? I'll tell jokes about lesbians, and if they get mad, I'll say, you know what? My roommate is outside. She's the girl who's smoking American Spirits with the Aerosmith concert T-shirt on with the cut sleeves.
Dagger tattoo.
Leaning against the fucking Trans Am, just smoking, ready to fucking beat some ass or eat some puss.
She doesn't even like comedy.
Yeah, she doesn't, but she's there because you know what? She's heard all my jokes. She knows I'm not trying to offend anybody. You know what I mean? Like that. So, Pat, hopefully I can book a show up in Vegas soon. Most of the shows I do, you'll like this, can be at the Sapphire Strip Club. They do a lot of comedy shows there, so you would enjoy that. I know you enjoy puss. You can bring your wife and the softball team from UNLV.
That would be fun.
Yeah, that'd be really great. But what other complaints does she have?
Well, I don't know. She's been looking for Clits of Courage. Apparently,
yeah. So
I know it's legit.
Right.
I've seen what they sent.
Yeah, and my roommate
with my own eyes.
Yeah, my roommate kind of got off because, you know, like I said, she went down a McDonald's playpen slide in a skirt and she flashed her 3-pound clit to a couple Boy Scouts. And
poor fucking kid.
Yeah, so part of the sentencing and getting off was getting in touch with these people. She, like I said, she did it through a Catholic church.
I'm so sick of the PC police tearing this up. I mean, what's wrong with a 3-pound clit? Get over it.
I know.
She took umbrage to something you might have said about a broomstick, and honestly,
yeah, the wrong end of a broomstick. Come on, that's a joke. She's got to be good with the broom. Like, you know, we clean the studio at the end of the day. It's a beautiful place to work.
Sometimes the broom breaks and you have to use the other end.
Yeah, and sometimes you got to stay after class to pick up pencils. You know what I mean? So, anything else about Pat? Because I think we should actually have her maybe come in the studio or have her call in next week.
I would love if Pat would call in, and maybe we could talk about this, and she could understand.
I'd love to talk to Pat's wife also.
Sometimes if you hear us in the wrong context, you don't know that we really love everyone.
We do.
Really.
We do.
I will reach out to Pat and see if I can book her for the program.
That would be awesome.
Perfect. Yeah, we'll get her email and then we'll set her up for next week. But we're gonna take a break real quick and we'll be right back.
Why? Easy. Yeah. Yeah, holla. Do you know that I holla?
Do you know what I
Yeah, you know
The itty bitty city by the water. That's
Why? Easy. Yeah. Yeah, holla. Do you know that I holla?
Do you know what I
Yeah, you know
the itty bitty city by the water. That's steady getting taller.
We're
back.
You don't understand.
The White Bronco Show.
Here we are.
How many fingers am I holding up?
I come in way too early. I come in way too sexy. That's just the emails we've been getting. White Bronco Show. The White Bronco Show at gmail.com. Emails like that. Emails from Pat. We appreciate it. some of you might not
Contact
know
us.
this, but my girlfriend right now is a cop. She's a police officer.
Lucky you.
Yeah, and she used to be in the WNBA,
Yeah.
but I talked her out of it. I mean, I talked her into retirement.
Why would you do that?
Well, I mean, personally, I don't think that she could really run, dribble, or shoot well at all.
Yeah.
And I heard this rumor that Mel Gibson was about to come in and buy the league.
You couldn't let her be a part of
Nah,
anything like that. I commend that.
Yeah, so
I
we
commend that.
know people in the industry. You know what I mean? So
You
She-
saw it coming.
yeah, she's actually a police officer in Santa Monica.
That's nice.
Yeah.
That's a nice beat to have.
Yeah, no, she's hot. A lot of people call her TJ Hooker because that was like a show in the 80s.
That was before my time.
With,
It
There
sounds
was a show
familiar.
in the 80s.
yeah, who's the lady?
Tell us about it.
I don't remember. I
know.
don't remember the characters, but it was a show in the 80s.
I don't know. Some lady who used to date Charlie Sheen was TJ Hooker. Oh no, TJ Hooker was
Susan
Pam Anderson.
Sarandon.
No, it's Pam Anderson. She was TJ Hooker. She
Pam
played like a
Anderson
cop,
was TJ
yeah.
Hooker. Oh wait, I
With
saw
like,
that.
yeah, Patrick Dennehy.
Wait. I know that show. Just because Pam Anderson. Segway.
Hey, so anyway, I have a like.
TJ Hooker was played by Will Shatner.
Oh yeah, William Shatner. Holy shit.
Close.
Whoa.
Pam
wait.
Anderson, William Shatner.
Oh, and then I remembered the show. But wait, Pam Anderson did play a cop in a show, remember? And her big skill was being able to change really fast. Does anyone remember this? Tommy, Blaine. Do you
yeah,
remember
of course.
the show?
The show was called VIP.
Yeah,
Yep.
VIP. Yeah. That
was
shit was on
excellent.
Fox like Sundays.
That was fucking excellent.
Of course I remember that.
Like Days of Thunder. That was TNT.
All right, so my girl, she used to be in the WNBA. She was she had a full ride through San Diego State, and then she was Rookie of the Year her first year in the WNBA.
That's amazing. How many years did she play basketball?
I met her during her first year. Never went to one game, and pretty much I showed her the right way, and I told her, you know what, you should do something nice for the community, like you should be a preschool teacher or you should be a fireman or something like that. And she just was like one up to me, and she became a cop.
It's nice though. That's probably like the top of the pyramid as far as all of that. You could work for 20 years and retire, and
Yeah,
hopefully you don't get shot or shoot anyone. But
Right.
other than that,
right. I mean, it's
It's
nice
not
dating.
bad.
It's nice.
She was-
It's nice dating a female police officer.
she was the white Cedric Sabalos. I always said
my favorite
the
part.
white female Cedric Sabalos.
Who's Cedric Sabalos?
Cedric Sabalos was a mediocre but important role player for the Lakers in the early 90s, pre-Shaq. The way he played with Eddie Jones. But being the white female Cedric Sabalos makes you the MVP of, or the Rookie of the Year in the WNBA. So that's pretty good. Imagine the white Muggsy Bogues.
Yeah, hell yeah.
That'll be amazing. The
I'll
white
take that.
female Muggsy Bogues.
I'll take that.
She'll be 4'7",
I'll take that.
weigh 90 pounds.
But like in the process of me kind of like getting her out of the WNBA, like she has like rims kind of throughout the apartment, stuff like that.
On her car?
No, just like on
She
the
has
wall,
rims on her car.
near the
Some things you
bathroom.
can't wash
Yeah,
off.
no, in the hallway, and like anytime she's coming out of anywhere, I was just fucking dunking on her.
Does she have
You
cornrows?
know what I mean? And then giving her long ass talks.
Didn't you talk a
Um,
lot of girls out of playing basketball?
Yeah. Back in junior high, I had a girl. Pretty much, I had a girlfriend, and she had two best friends. They're these twins, and they were all doing volleyball and basketball. Well, they were just doing basketball instead of volleyball. So I was like, "Hey, you guys can't really do both." They're gonna try to do both, and I talked my girl out of playing basketball, and then she talked her twin friends. So I technically talked 3 girls off the basketball team in junior high into playing volleyball.
You're a dream killer, but also
No,
a dream
those twins
weaver.
went to UCLA on volleyball scholarships. So kind of a genius.
Oh, you had foresight.
I
That's
did.
amazing.
No, I definitely did.
I'm looking at her stats here for her rookie season in the WNBA. This is pretty amazing.
Yeah,
She was averaging 30 points, 12 assists,
you
and
know
10
what?
rebounds.
I wish there was an LAPD website that I could look up, or Santa Monica PD, of her stats for arresting people and breaking up domestic violence.
She was averaging a triple double in her rookie season. That's amazing. That Jordan didn't even do that. Nobody did that. Then she retired. It's amazing.
I mean, I'm worried about her either way. Hey, you know what? Speaking of crazy women, we're still struggling in comedy, and we're doing open mics, and we meet a lot of crazy women at open mics.
We're obviously still struggling in comedy.
And I call them crazy women at open mics. I call them open women. And these in quotes open women.
I like that.
The first one I want to talk about, I'm not going to say where, but she's from, where's Bjork from?
Bjork is from Iceland?
Yeah, so this lady was from Iceland. And at first I was like, oh my God, this lady's, what the fuck is wrong with this lady? Because like she tried to cut in front of the line. We almost
to sign up?
Yeah, we almost didn't get in the list. Me and like two other people almost didn't get on the list because this lady fucking cut in front, and she just didn't say anything. And we're like, eh. And she could barely speak. Her only idea of fucking comedy, she said someone must have told her along the way, like, yeah, if you've had like a traumatic life, which is not true, you'll be really good at comedy.
That's a little true.
I guess if English is your first language and you haven't had like the most like fucked up experience ever. And she like got on the mic, and it was the worst shit I've ever heard in my life. She basically said, I mean, there was no punchline, there was no joke. She just said she was a rape baby.
Oh no.
Yeah,
and that was it. So it was just. But that happens sometimes.
Yeah, her setup was like, you know, I'm from Norway. Like someone told me, and like she explained, like someone told me, or whatever. Where the fuck she was from, Iceland. She's like, someone told me, you know, if I had a crazy life, blah blah, and then she just like drops it, and it's just like, oh fuck.
I've seen people devolve like that at open mics to just into a therapy session, where they just start dropping.
How? Tell us about the one we saw of the lady. We won't say where she was from, but this one was kind of recent.
She's from a town near ours that's similar to ours, and she was complaining about how her children misbehave, and she was at an open mic at 8:30 on a Tuesday evening, but was complaining that her youngest, I guess, was bringing her dead lizards, taking the guts out of them because he needed to see the insides. And well, her son is obviously a sociopath. I mean, that's like the number one sign for that. But
there's one more. There's one more big one, right?
What was the other one? It escapes me now.
Something about a dead cat with her daughter.
Enlighten me. I don't remember that one at all.
Basically, she had to go. Like she did her set, and then she ran home to the Children of the Corn because it was something about her daughter playing hide and go seek with like a dead cat. It's fucked.
How would you even do that? Would you hide? Are you hiding from the dead cat, or do you hide the dead cat and then you try to find it? Like you forget, and then the smell. That's an interesting game. I should try.
I may or may not have recorded the set, but I pray to God that I did. Speaking of sets, I've recently been getting a lot of grief for not wanting to, move or get a different blanket when my girlfriend wants me to get rid of my she doesn't want to. Okay, look, let me just say it straight up. Her grandma has an old antique quilt that she passed down that we always use when we're watching TV, but she doesn't want to have sex on it.
It's an old stinky blanket.
It's an old antique quilt. You know what I mean?
A stinky blanket.
Yeah, it's kind of stinky, but it's old. I don't like it. It's probably got polio on it.
It might. It probably does. Actually,
it's for sure.
If it's old enough.
There's like the occasional like white grandma pube. That's just like
you don't know if
hits
it's grandma.
the brown. Yeah, no, hits
Could
the
have
brown
been
patch.
grandpa's.
Where's it coming from? It's not us. There's no white pubes here. You know what I mean? No ghost pubes over here.
They don't make antibiotics for those old strains of herpes either. So you better hope that nobody was rocking
Yeah, I
that.
mean, what else could fucking be on there? I mean, guys who were like, you know what I mean, who were wearing a paper boy and a fedora could have
Yellow
jizzed on
fever.
it back in the fucking 40s.
I'm pretty sure dengue fever was big back then.
It survived dengue fever.
Scurvy. For
It
sure,
survived
you can pick scurvy right up.
Shit
off that
survived
blanket.
Vietnam.
Right?
Yeah, Desert Storm.
No.
Fucking, I mean, soldiers, paper boys,
SARS.
minor league baseball players. Everyone could have jizzed on that thing. You know what I mean? If you took a fucking blacklight to an antique quilt, its value would go down so much. And there's fucking quilts in every antique shop you go in.
You should take it to Antique Roadshow. See what it would fetch you. You'd never know.
If a quilt that I tell her, like, if a quilt like this old was involved in a murder case, like if I murdered you, you know what I mean? There'd be so many people involved, so many cross investigations because of the amount of jizz probably plastered on this thing.
Probably, or
no, for sure. Like, it's such an old fucking shit blanket. It's almost like a stiff yoga mat. That's probably due to I'm assuming, like I said, minor league baseball players, paper boys,
right,
pizza boys.
Yeah. Well, I mean, honestly, if it might be a piece of evidence in a murder scene, and you don't know about it, and hopefully those cases are closed or the statute of limitations has run out, because you might be playing with fire in that quilt and getting your DNA all over something you don't even know about.
Splashing it?
Yeah.
Would you say splashing would be a good word?
I would say splashing, painting, flinging, tossing, rubbing, caressing.
Spider-Manning. Have you ever Spider-Maned into the quilt?
Yeah.
Do you know what the Spider-Man is?
The classic red band Spider-Man.
Hey,
Spider-Man
throwing it down and
tactic.
Speaking of
I've tried
dropping
it.
loads, we're gonna probably do a pre-recorded episode of the White Bronco Show for July 1st, and we're gonna do that with Zach Miller because the White Bronco Show is gonna be performing at the Gas Lamp Bar and Grill.
You know what I just
in Long
remembered?
Beach.
Impromptu, live on the show, breaking news. One of my best friends, Chris, is getting married July 1st.
On a Wednesday.
Santa. Yeah. It's July 1st, and it's their anniversary. They want to do it on July 1st.
Well, then you're fucking out. But
I know.
I will be performing.
50% of.
I'll be performing.
Shout out to Chris. He's a listener. He's
Tommy
a listener,
Mark's
by the way.
performing July 1st, and we'll do a pre-recorded episode with Zach Miller sometime in June before then.
July 1st.
That will play
White
during
Bronco Show.
Yeah, during that night.
I'll
And
pre-record a set for you.
you can go to the wedding and try to get your little D wet.
Yeah, you know, as you do.
I just want to thank all of our listeners, and sorry we didn't take any calls, but we will maybe take calls at the beginning of next episode next week, and we're gonna be having some guests next month that we booked, even though the guests this month have been a little flaky.
One day we'll have a guest that actually shows up.
And
it'll be good.
And thank you to our sponsor, as always, Bosch's Clothing, and
VoshesClothing.com.
the main bread and butter, Fat Tuesday. Thank you, baby.
I miss
White
her.
Bronco Show.
I miss her.
Do you know that I holla? Yeah, you know the itty bitty city by the water that's steady getting taller.